First thing to note is there's a lot of different pockets in Clark County that have different rules and regulations, different ordinances. The city of Battleground has the least restrictive of those that's allowed by Washington State in general. So in the city limits only of Battleground, you can actually discharge fireworks beginning tomorrow, which is the 28th, from noon to 11 p.m. every night till midnight on the 4th, and then all the way through 11 p.m. on the 5th. So our city has the most amount of days where fireworks can legally be discharged. Things to look out for in the city: if you come across bottle rockets, missiles, anything on a stick, of course M80s, things like that, any improvised type of fireworks, those are illegal, and it could be a misdemeanor or felony to have those in your possession. So knowing that we have so many legal fireworks here, my big push this season is to make people aware of what is not legal. And a lot of that stuff can be bought at Indian reservations or in other states, but you really need to make sure you purchase your fireworks at a stand that is Washington State licensed. And the way to tell that is you just look for there's a blue placard right next to the point of sale in every fireworks stand or tent. If they don't have that, you might want to ask to see it. Otherwise, you can't tell what they're selling and if it's legal or not. So that's Battleground. Fire District 3, it's a little different. So there 219 runs east and west, kind of splits the county. With newer ordinances going, north of 219 is a little more liberal, kind of like Battleground, as far as when you can light fireworks off. Everything is exactly the same as Battleground, with the exception of there's no fireworks on the 5th of July. Now, south of 219, we're talking unincorporated area, not city limits. South of 219, you can only discharge on the 4th of July. So that's a change for some people. So I really want to stress that you know where you live. One of the best resources we have available, and you might be able to put a link to it on your website, it's just a link to Clark County website. I think it's clark.wa.gov. Within that site, there's a fireworks section. You just click on that, and you can put in your address, and it'll tell you, based off what your address is, what the specific ordinances are for your area.
Okay.
So number one, you want to make sure you have a nice, flat, non-combustible surface in which to light off your fireworks so they don't tilt over. Follow the instructions on the fireworks. They're there for a reason. So when it says don't hold it in your hand, don't hold it in your hand. Keep in mind which way the wind is blowing and how that could affect where that stuff is landing, because some of these mortar type fireworks, they go up super high, and you got to be cognizant of where they're going to land, because it might not be in your property. So things residents can do to prepare: I always recommend keep the sprinklers on a lot more than you would normally, just to make sure that if there is a spark or an ember from a firework, that it doesn't cause a grass fire and spread. So keep your house sprinklered. Keep a bucket of water nearby. Definitely a garden hose at the ready. Fire extinguisher is a good idea. When you're done discharging the fireworks, put them in a bucket of water. And when the night's over, put all the spent fireworks in a plastic bag away from your house, out towards the street in your garbage can, just in case, because they've been known to rekindle and cause fires that way. Keep your pets inside. Over the 4th of July, it's the biggest time of year for people to file lost pet complaints, because the animals don't like the noise and they will run away. Monitor your neighborhood. If you know the rules and regulations and you see people that aren't following those, let them know. Say, hey, that's not safe. And then If you meet resistance and you know that people are either using illegal fireworks or using them when they're not allowed, then that's what law enforcement is for. So we do have a non-emergency number. That's 311. So you give them a call and we will respond.